Is Tini's mac and cheese the best mac and cheese recipe on earth? Well, we're about to find out. What's up, y'all? It's your boy BP Ham, and today we are testing the viral TikTok recipe from Tini. This mac and cheese go crazy, I swear. Everybody has been making this mac and cheese, especially over the holiday season, and we're gonna test it out to see if it's good enough to go on our holiday menus. I know mac and cheese is a big thing during Thanksgiving and Christmas, and people are always trying new recipes and wanting to get that really cheesy, gooey mac and cheese, and I'm definitely really excited to try this out because I love mac and cheese, and I swear I've seen this recipe all over the internet, so I'm really excited to see if it lives up to the hype. It's actually crazy how expensive this mac and cheese is, especially in New York City, because I actually had to go to 4 stores to get the ingredients for this recipe because everything was either not sold at, one store, or the other store didn't have it, or whatever it was, but it was a trek to get these ingredients, so I'm thinking that this is actually worth it. It's pretty expensive. It uses 2 pounds of cheese, 2.5 pounds of cheese. That is insane. And heavy cream is expensive. Evaporated milk, especially, I saw this at a Target. It was $2, but they ran out. And then I went to the grocery store near me and it was $3. I was like, what the heck, New York City? This is crazy. But anyways, apparently a lot of people were making this over the previous holidays, and these noodles, the cavatappi noodles, were sold out. That is crazy that one person's recipe can sell out noodles across the world, the US, I guess. Hopefully, it turns out good because I'm hungry, I'm craving some mac and cheese, and I'm actually gonna pair this with Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington that I'm gonna test in the next video. So hit that subscribe button to follow me and be on the lookout for that video as well. I think beef and mac and cheese, perfect pairing. So the ingredients. We got cavatappi noodles. This is one of her main ingredients to use these type of noodles because they're like those little swirly noodles that, get all the things like stuck inside the nooks and crannies. So cavatappi noodles, but I guess you can use whatever you want. Dijon mustard, heavy whipping cream, evaporated milk, flour, salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, Colby Jack cheese, cheddar cheese, butter, and mozzarella cheese. And this mozzarella cheese was so freaking frustrating because they didn't have it at any of the stores I went to. The hard mozzarella cheese, they had that more soft one, which I didn't want to veer too far from the recipe, but this block mozzarella cheese was so difficult to find and I couldn't find it. So I found these little ones that I'm gonna have to be pulling apart and shredding, so yeah, hopefully it's worth it. So I have a pot of boiling water back here, boiling that early because it always takes a freaking century to boil bottled water. I can't speak. It always takes a century to boil hot water, so I just have that boiling in the back. Let's get started so we can see if this deserves to be on your holiday menu. Bruh, this mac and cheese was like $50, maybe more. Cheese ain't cheap, y'all, and cheese is definitely not cheap in New York City, so I will test it for you to see if you should even spend the money, but I'm pretty sure it's good because I've never seen so many people make a recipe before, but here we go. First thing I'm gonna do is just cook my pasta, get that shit out the way because it's always annoying and you always can just keep it on the side while you're doing the rest of the stuff, and boiling water just takes so long. So I got a pot of hot water on a boil. When you're boiling pasta water, you want that salty as the sea because this is the only time you really get to get some flavor into those bland ass noodles. So make sure you get a good amount of salt. I'm using Diamond Kosher, so it looks a little bit more than you probably would use, but use some kind of kosher salt. Just get that salty. Some people use more than I do. Remember, that's Diamond Kosher, so that's a little less salty than normal kosher salt, so you can use a little bit more. And we got our cavatappi noodles, 16 ounces. We're just gonna throw that bad boy in there. Got that pasta be boiling. Here is our cavatappi pasta, those little swirls. Boy, but just toss that whole thing in there. Give that a little swirl. Oh shit. Don't start a fire. Let that cook for about 8 minutes. You want that pasta cooked through, but not too cooked through because we're also gonna be baking this for 20-30 minutes. The pasta is about done, so we're just gonna drain that in the sink. Shit, I hope we didn't need any pasta water. I printed out the recipes because my memory is not that great. But no, I don't think we need pasta water for this because we're not making pasta, we're making mac and cheese. So just drain that right over the sink. All right, we gotta grate this cheese. And normally I wouldn't be like that mad about it, but I have like so many of these little guys that I have to grate. So great for me. So I'm just going to cut all these bad boys open. Do this 1,000 times. And I'm going to grate this with my KitchenAid because I don't want to hand grate this because I'm lazy. So if you have a KitchenAid mixer attachment, you could do it by hand, no big deal, or whatever you like. We just need to get this grated. And you don't want to use like already grated cheese because at the store they put like this, like I think they put like cornstarch or potato starch on there to keep them from sticking to each other, because you know when cheese kind of melts and sticks to each other, it's not that appetizing looking. I should have put this back in the fridge. I feel like they're a little soft, and harder cheese is easier to grate. This is boring, so BRB. Honestly, I don't remember how to use this thing, but let's try it out. All right, so this is just like a little grating attachment. It has this like wheelie thing, and it's supposed to like spin. Oh, it works. Nice. Okay. Wow, this makes things so much easier. Oh yeah, so good. We like that. What a machine, what an invention. Freshly grated cheese. A little soft, but it's okay. Careful at the end here with your fingers. But look at that, look at that. I mean, just look at that. So easy, so easy. Highly recommend. All right, bear with me while I cry. Ugh. I was just gonna buy the shredded one, but I was like, no, I can't do it. She told me not to. Tini said not to do that, so I didn't. And I think I'll be suffering because of it. Please grate. I just want this to grate well. Okay, it's grating. That's good at least. Come on. Although it's turning into these like little, I don't know, man. Shit. I'm gonna be here for a while, so just bear with me. Be right back. For Tini's mac, there's a spice mix, so we're just gonna put in a teaspoon of garlic powder. And she doesn't measure, but this is all really to your own personal taste. Also want a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I don't love smoked paprika, but this is in the recipe, so just gonna do as it says. And a teaspoon of salt. And this is your own mix. If you want different flavors or if you want to add more or less of something in, it's your recipe. Feel free to do that, but I'm gonna do it as written so that y'all know if the written recipe is good. Give that a quick little mix around. Cool. This is a bechamel-based mac and cheese, so that means we're gonna create a roux, add milk, and then the cheese. So we're gonna head over to the stove. We're gonna turn our pan on medium and melt 3 tablespoons of butter. Now we gotta bloom our spices, so that helps bring out more of the aromatics. So we're just gonna put half that spice mix in, bloom those out for a little bit. Oh, and you can already smell that smoked paprika. Very, very, very strong. So here we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour. And for a roux, it's usually 1 to 1. So that's 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour. And you want to cook this out for about 2 to 3 minutes because you don't want that like floury taste. You want to cook the flour out. And make sure to continue, preheat your oven to 350. And make sure you continue to whisk this because you don't want that flour to burn. All right, you see that kind of brown in there? Now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Gonna take that off the heat for a second. I think we're getting a little too hot. And then we're gonna whisk in a can of evaporated milk, just a little bit at a time. Just do a little bit by little bit. It'll begin to thin out and become smooth. I may have overcooked my roux for a hot sec because I was getting something, but we'll see how this turns out. If you do this part too fast, I think sometimes it ends up clumpy, so just make sure you take your time here. And I'm not sure the order matters of like when you put things in, but you Technically, the recipe says put the Dijon mustard in now, but I put it in a little bit earlier than that. Next, you're gonna add in 2 cups of heavy cream in the same manner. So just slowly add in that heavy cream. All right, we're gonna put in the last bit of the heavy cream. Let that come up a little bit. Now we're gonna turn the heat to low, add in the rest of the seasoning mix. And then we're gonna put in half of our cheese. Do this a little at a time so the cheese has time to fully melt. And you wanna do it at low so it doesn't like get all gloopy. So when I put the cheese in, I just kind of spread it out so that it evenly melts and it doesn't like glop up. I kind of spread it out with my fingers. And we're gonna do half of this cheese mixture. So just let that slowly melt. And then it'll become nice and thick. Like it's already becoming more thick. Oh, look at that cheese. Just be careful with the pot. I could see myself just spreading this out. So once that melts, just do this slowly. Put in the next little layer. Let that melt. Yeah, you see that cheese sauce forming? Nice and slow. Let that fully melt. You can kind of see some of those grains are still in there. On low heat, y'all. Oh yeah, now it's getting really cheesy. All right, I switched to a spatula so I could get down the sides of the pan, but just look how cheesy this is getting. I think I do one more addition of cheese. So we're just gonna let that melt all the way through, and then we're gonna add in the pasta. All right, so look how melty this is. Yeah, now I'm gonna add in the pasta. Slowly, carefully. Break it up. Just mix that in. Make sure all of that is covered. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Turn off the heat. And we're done. All right, we're almost done. We got one more step. We got to layer in this pasta to the pan and add more cheese. So you're gonna put in half of this pasta, because this should be good by itself. Wait. Whoa, it's actually really good. Oh, I could eat this by itself. Whew. All right, so just put half of the pasta in. Wow, it's actually really good. Okay, put that in, and then you're gonna put half of that in, and then you're gonna put half a layer of cheese with the remaining half of the cheese mixture that you had. And this way you're getting cheese in like every bite. And then you're gonna layer on top the other half. Carefully, because you don't wanna upset that cheese layer below. Yeah, make sure you get all that cheesy goodness that you built. Oh my gosh. I'm sure this is like a bajillion calories. Holy crap. Flatten that out. And this is a 9x13 pan. Cool. And then we're just gonna layer on the top layer of cheese. Make sure it's not clumpy, so just kind of do what I'm doing with my fingers to make sure that it is all nice and spread out and even. Nice, just the perfect amount left over. Cool. Now that I've made a huge ass mess in my kitchen, we're gonna put this in the oven for 25 minutes at 350. Are you seeing this? Holy crap, this looks so good. I put it in the oven for 25 minutes and then I broiled it for 1 minute, and it's nice and bubbly and juicy and just, we gotta try this. This is nuts. Oh, that top is crunchy. Can you hear that? Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. It's so cheesy. Oh my gosh. It's so cheesy, it filled back in where I left off. That's crazy. That is crazy. We gotta try this flavor town. Oh my gosh. Let's try this bad boy. Oh my gosh. Y'all, it's really good. You get that top layer. It's like so cheesy. Holy crap. Wow. This is definitely a mac and cheese to make if you like a really, really cheesy mac and cheese. I think I would add just a tad more salt, but I like things pretty salty. But it's really good, and I can totally understand why it's so viral. It's so cheesy, but I know a lot of people like that baked mac and cheese. If you don't like gooey mac and cheese, maybe this one's not for you, but it's definitely one that I would take to like a potluck or something like that, and a little goes a long way. So this one thing could probably feed a lot of people because it's so rich and creamy. I know I was like skeptical about the smoked paprika, but you can barely taste it, and I think it just overall is a really nice dish to make. Make this for your next holiday gathering, and thank Tini for this amazing recipe. I am pairing this with a beef Wellington that I'm trying out from Gordon Ramsay. That's in the oven right now, so be sure to check out that video soon. If you want to support, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Follow me on my journeys. I've been doing a lot on this channel. I've been uploading every day for the month of December, so be on the lookout for new videos, all different kind of videos, and let me know in the comments below what you want me to kind of film next. We'll see you next time. Peace.